Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Daughter of Increase. My name is Denise for those of you who are new to the channel or who just happen to stumble across this video. And I'm the founder and CEO of Daughter of Increase Ministries, that is DOI Ministries. And here on this channel, I post about God and Christ and how to increase in your faith. And so today's video is a little bit different. As the title says, this is just going to be me updating you guys on a small change to the channel that I will be doing from now until maybe March, and just what's been going on with me, and why I'm doing this change. And so I'm gonna start off with the channel change. I usually post twice a week on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and then I wanted to go back to posting 3 times a week, which would have been Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. I will go back to that schedule probably in the spring or the summer, but for the rest of the fall into winter, I am only going to be committing to posting on Saturdays. So that'll be basically coming down to 1 video a week. There is a reason behind that. Sometimes you may get still 2 videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays, but I am committing to 1 video a week for my mental wealth, health, and sanity. The reason being is because if you follow me on Instagram, I post a lot of the updates there. But you guys know I haven't been feeling the best. I've been dealing with migraines for over a month now. I can tell you guys exactly how long, actually. But I've been having the same migraine since October 2nd. So y'all can do the math, but I'll tell you guys exactly how long it's been right now that I've had this same migraine. It's been 39 days right now. 39 days that I've had this migraine, apparently. No, it's actually been longer than that. It had to be longer than 39 days. Yeah, it's not 39 days, y'all. I don't know why my thing is saying 39 days, but from October 2nd, we're now in November. It's been more than 39 days, y'all. My app is tripping. It literally says 39 days, but it 39 days. Yes, 39. October 2nd to November 2nd. 39 days, 5 hours, 53. You guys think I'm lying. 39 days. Yeah, so that's how long I've had this migraine. And I went to the hospital on the 11th. I don't think I told you guys. I don't know if I did. The last couple of vlogs I mentioned, I went to the hospital. They gave me steroids and pain medicine and all that. Nothing worked, and so I went home. And then on Halloween, I went to the hospital because I had a very bad, terrifying experience that morning around 12. It actually started at like 10 p.m. And I got completely dizzy, vision almost distorted, vomiting like The Exorcist. And it was honestly the most terrifying experience because my husband was still at work. My son wasn't home. He was with his dad. I was with baby girl, and so I had to kind of force her to go to sleep by shutting everything off and basically rocking her to bed. My mom was asleep, and I didn't know if my siblings were up or not, and one of my brothers was gone, so he wasn't around. So I was by myself, and I had a lot of weakness going on. And then that morning I had bowel movements, and so my mom forced me to go to the hospital. I didn't want to go, but she forced me to go. And I'm glad we went because they did run some tests. They did an EKG, and they came back with a diagnosis, and it explained a lot of why I've been going through a lot of body pains, body aches, why my migraines have gotten worse, as well as the situation with my toe, why my foot kept getting infected. And so they basically said that I have hyperthyroidism. So yeah, my thyroid is basically extremely overactive, which is putting my body on go consistently. So it's like my body has its foot on the gas pedal and I'm on nonstop go. So I have consistent heart palpitations, and my heart rate is ranging between 90 to 137 beats per minute. I do track my heart rate with my heart thingy on my watch, but even at the hospital, my heart rate was at 110 beats per minute, with the ECG, whatever it was. Even now, it's heart fast. Oxygen goes really fast through my body, which makes sense on why I get shortness of breath a lot, just from talking, just from walking. I get really short of breath quickly, which makes sense because when I made videos quite a few times, you guys can't really tell because I edit my videos really, really well. But when I make my videos and you guys see me edit them, it's because I'm out of breath a lot. And a lot of these symptoms that I've been having has started in July, well, over the summer. And so somewhere between July and October, my thyroid levels had gone extremely low, and I'm now where I am. And so I was associating a lot of these symptoms with postpartum and migraines because a lot of these symptoms literally are similar to postpartum symptoms and also to symptoms of having migraines. And so I was having a lot of fatigue. I was tired all the time, wanting to sleep all the time, getting up, getting 8 hours of sleep, 12 hours of sleep, taking naps in the day, but still exhausted, not wanting to do much of anything. But obviously, I'm a mom, I have to do things. And so I am making some turmeric ginger tea right now. So I just have that right here. But the pain in my muscles in my back, my lower back, I do have diastasis recti, which is a 4-finger separation of my abs, which makes it hard for my back. But apparently you get muscle weakness and muscle pain with an overactive thyroid, which is causing a lot of the pain, specifically up here because obviously it's in my neck. And so, yeah. Tremors, shakes, the trembling and stuff like that. I would associate that with the migraines because with migraines you can shake a lot. But yeah, I would get tremors. I don't get them as bad anymore because I am on medication. When I was at the hospital, they gave me medication. I started it on last Monday, so I've been taking a week now. And we'll talk about the medication. But yeah, nausea and vomiting, I would associate that obviously with migraines because you get that. But this is a different type of nausea and vomiting where it was consistent no matter what I ate, what I drank, crackers, soup, food, water, just straight up nausea and vomiting consistently. It was annoying. I already have motion sickness, but it was really bad. Hair loss, so it's bad. I was contributing the hair loss to postpartum. Obviously, postpartum you lose your hair, obviously, and I was only a year in September. But apparently, with an overactive thyroid, you do get hair loss, hair thinning, and so I told you guys how you're not gonna be able to see it now, but right here, you're not gonna be able to see it because I have my hair parted a certain way, but I have a lot of hair missing here, and then when I have my hair in a ponytail, there's like a line of hair just straight up missing. And I combed my hair today, and let me see if I can take the hair out. It really is depressing to comb my hair because it's constantly coming out. Like the amount of hair I'm pulling out of this comb is ridiculous. This brush, I mean. So let me see if I can get all this hair. Sorry, guys. Okay. So this is all the hair that came out. And this is not like just a one-time thing in the morning. I do my hair. No. Let me see if it'll happen. Yeah. If I do this, hair comes out. I don't know if it's going to show on camera. I'm trying to get it together. But hair comes out. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's ridiculous how like much my hair comes out. And so my hair is constantly coming out no matter how much I make sure it's not tangled. It's just a part of overactive thyroid. Your hair just falls out. It's thinning. And so yeah, that's a symptom. And it is very depressing when I'm combing my hair, brushing my hair, even when it's not like natted. There's no gnats. It just, a strand literally just came out. You're not going to be able to see it on the camera, unfortunately. Let me see. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see the strand. Yep, you're not going to be able to see it, but the strand just came out. It just comes out. So yeah, headaches. So I have migraines, so I start off with headaches, which turns into migraines. I've been taking my migraine medication. That's Paramate. I'm still on that. I do take it twice a day now, morning and night, and so that has been working for me. And so I basically have a persistent headache every day. The medication I'm taking now should help, but I've literally had a persistent headache every day. because I'm taking my migraine medication, it helps not turn it into a migraine, but sometimes it's a bad day and it's just a migraine all day. But persistent headaches every single day. I have a headache now. I've literally just been prone to headaches, and it's just like, at this point, pain is pain to me. Bowel movements, crazy. Sweating, I sweat a lot. And it didn't really dawn on me because, honestly, sorry if you guys saw my brother. He is literally walking past my door and he's loud. My husband is just left work. Baby girl has been with her grandmother in New York since Friday, and my son has been with his father since Thursday. And so, yeah, both kids will be back tomorrow though. But yeah, with my son, I started sweating a lot after having him, and so it didn't dawn on me because after having my daughter, I just considered me sweating a lot because I was the same way after my son. But no, hungry all the time, no matter what I eat. I'm hungry all the time. I can have a full plate of food and I'm still hungry. Weight gain. Usually with hyperthyroidism, people have weight loss. But for me, I've had a lot of weight gain, and I've mentioned this in previous videos because I thought it was because of birth control that I'm taking. But obviously not, or it's contributing because now I'm hyperthyroidism. Insomnia. I already had a bit of insomnia, but now it's like 10 times worse. I'm just restless all the time. Yeah. Anger, irritability, mood swings. It's really bad. Like, I've heard of people who didn't have full control of their emotions because of like hormonal issues. This experiencing, like, I've had a bad case of it this weekend, and it was so bad because I could not control it, and it makes me so mad because I can't control my emotions. I can't control it. I don't like how it feels when I'm out of control, and it frustrates me because I can't control my emotions, because one moment I'm happy and then within an instant I'm crying, or I'm angry about the smallest little thing, or I'm yelling over something, and it becomes so frustrating. Itchiness. Breaking out in hives apparently is a part of an overactive thyroid. Brain fog. What else? Feet swelling. I didn't know what was going on with that, but my feet were swelling a lot, and it's because of that. Difficulty swallowing. I do have a difficult time swallowing sometimes. And so, especially when it comes to like my saliva, I do have to like gather it a couple of times or drink something to force myself to swallow. It becomes a hard time, and I cannot tell if my thyroid is swollen or not. And so they only did blood work at the hospital. They didn't do any scans. So when I go for my appointment with the specialist, which I don't see until December, which sucks, but I'll probably do scans and stuff. I feel like it may be swollen a bit, but I can't really tell because I've gained weight on top of that. So it's not like I could tell if my neck's swole or not because I gained weight. Rapid heart rate, heart palpitations, shortness of breath. I mean, those are the symptoms that I've gone through. I don't really know of any other symptoms, but yeah, basically my body is on overdrive, and it can lead to a lot of negative things. It can turn into Graves' disease. It can turn into heart failure because obviously your heart is pumping over time. Lack of oxygen. Sometimes it's one of those things where it's just like, okay, now what? Unfortunately, I don't have an appointment with the specialist until December. So the hospital did prescribe me medicine because it wasn't like they could let me leave without any medication because my thyroid levels were out of whack. And I saw them, they were out of whack. They were way too high. So they have me on 2 medications right now, a beta blocker for my heart to keep the heart rate a little low, but it's not doing much of anything. They do say with these medications, it takes at least up to 2 weeks to see any results, unfortunately. So it's only been a week now. And then they gave me the anti-thyroid medication, I think is what it's called. And so I've had no side effects. The only time I had a situation was on Friday of last week because I was taking these medications by themselves with no food. And Friday was not good. Like, I was vomiting foam. It was terrible. And so I started taking it with food as of Saturday, and it's been settling fine. I do wake up at 5 a.m. to take my medications because I have to take them separate from everything else. Like, I can't mix it with apple juice and orange juice because of like the vitamin C and the iron, calcium. Like, you can't mix it with specific vitamins and supplements. And so you have to take it they say 2 to 4 hours separate, but I don't really know how long, so I just do the maximum 4 hours. And so I take it at 5, and then I don't take anything else. Like, I don't take my migraine medication until 9:30. So that's 4.5 hour break in between. So 5 o'clock I get up, take my medicine around 5:10, 5:05, 5:10 every single day. I take them 20 minutes, 15 minutes apart. Taking them together don't work for me because it makes my hands and my feet and my face feel numb. Didn't like that feeling. Outside of that, no other side effects for me per se happened. Someone just texts. Oh, but let me just put my watch on vibrate. But yeah, I'm just taking those 2 medications, and I mean, it's great having a diagnosis and knowing, okay, my migraines are not just painful and there's nothing that can be done. It's great having a diagnosis, but it's frustrating having a diagnosis because there's no real reason as to what can cause an overactive thyroid. I've looked it up, done my research. It can be something that happens due to pregnancy. I know I watched a video where this one lady said she had caught a cold and went to the doctor, and then all of a sudden she had an overactive thyroid, and it was just like a cold gave it to her. So it's one of those things that just happens to mainly women over 30, and it sucks. I think over 30 or over 20. I can't really remember, but it's mainly women. It can happen to men though, but it sucks because a lot of the times in medical field, it's like you can pinpoint what it is, and at least I know what it was that I did, and then I can fix it. There's nothing that, like, there's nothing. The only possible cause would have been postpartum hormones. And I know I went to the doctor in July. My levels for my TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, or whatever it's called, was pretty low, but it was still in the green. So somewhere from July to October, and I became 1 year postpartum, September, it went lower. It could have been the stress. Don't know. And so I don't have an appointment until December 9th. And so I'm just taking the medication. And so I don't know. The medication could be working. It could not be working. I don't know. And so I am just in a stage of just taking it all in and just trying to fully understand. Because I'll be honest, I was angry. I was very, very angry and frustrated because that Monday I had a foot doctor appointment to just check up on my toe. But again, I had told you guys in previous vlogs that it was infected. The reason why is because apparently when you have an overactive thyroid, you can be prone to infections in your toe because your nails separate from your toe. It was a lot. It was a lot. But also my toenail had grew back. So with it growing back, it somehow separated from the toe bed. Yeah. And so they had to do the procedure again and cut my toe. And so I was just frustrated trying to figure out what I did. And obviously I know I didn't do anything. But as a believer, you're constantly being hit. I've been hit since I got pregnant with pain, my back, my feet, and my throat, right? And so it's just like, what? I don't want to say what next because obviously there can always be something next. But it's like, why? Like, why me? Hold on, my son is calling. Sorry about that. My son had called. But yeah, it's just like, why me? What did I do to deserve this much? And obviously there's like nothing that I did outside of being a child of God, right? And so I'm just in this weird stage of being angry but trusting God, but being tired of dealing with doctors and taking medicines. And like, I've done I'm still in the process of doing research, right? And you know, I'm hopeful that I'll go to the appointment and they'll be like, oh, your blood work is fine, your thyroid levels are great, you know, everything's good. But if not, I've done my research, and outside of taking my medication right now, there are two other things that you can do. But those two other options, if I go those routes, I'll be basically taking medication literally every day for the rest of my life, which is it's not something you want to hear, right? Taking medication for the rest of your life is not something you want to hear. But the alternative is just like, I don't want to go through this every day of my life, right? And yes, I can do this the natural way and hopefully, prayerfully go into remission or reverse it. Some people have reversed it. Some people believe you can't reverse it. I don't really know the science behind it. I don't know if they have just gone into remission. If it has been completely, I don't know. I'm still doing research. But I've looked at the other two options outside of taking the medicine. And the reason why is because you technically can't take the thyroid medication for too long because it starts messing with your liver or your bones or something like that. And so you're limited in taking, it's like you're limited in taking birth control for like 2 years, I think. And you have to stop taking it or switch to a different birth control because it starts messing with your bones. At least for the one that I'm taking, the birth control shot, you can't take it more than 2 years. And so the other option, the first step is medication, obviously. The pills I'm taking, you take the beta blocker, which you don't have to take that, but it basically helps to slow your heart rate down. And then your anti-thyroid medication. You take that, and then there are two options. Surgery would be like another option, and then you have this radioactive iodine pill, which is a nuclear medicine. I'm not going that route because it can possibly make you infertile. I want more kids, and at the end of the day, it's a lot with that because you have to isolate for 3 days. You can't be around pregnant women for a couple of days. I've been isolated enough. And I don't want to be isolated much longer. And so the thought of putting a nuclear medication in me, the thought of being radioactive, literally radioactive, I'll put it on the screen. You can look it up. It's insane. Like, I don't want to do that. And then if you do it, you still will be taking medication for the rest of your life. I'll just go to surgery right now. You can do a partial thyroidectomy, which is you just taking partial of your thyroid out, or you can do a full one, which is taking your complete thyroid out, and you take the medicine for the rest of your life to regulate your thyroid, because your thyroid basically controls your hormones, your mood, your metabolism. It controls a lot, and so it's a lot to take in and process. And obviously, as a believer, I trust God, but I'm also like, why? Right? Like, why me? Because there's other things with my health that I'm dealing with, right? Like I told you guys in previous videos, I had an appointment in December to go do more blood work to check up on for results to have that final say so with my health. But now this appointment with the specialist is a week before that appointment. And so now I'm stressed out for both of these appointments. And then depending on the results from these, I got to then take these into the new year, which is a lot. It is a lot. And so for me, mentally and emotionally and spiritually, I just need to step back just for a little bit, just this winter, because it's unexpected, not just for me, but for my husband. My children don't know. Like, my son knows I'm unwell because obviously I can't hide the fact if I have to vomit or if I'm tired too much or if he sees it on my face. Like, I can't hide that I'm not well. He doesn't know the full extent, but he knows, right? I did tell his father. I wasn't at first for many reasons, but I told him today, just because, one, I have nothing to hide. It's nothing to be ashamed of. And it is what it is. Like, people are going to be people. And so what this person chooses to do with the information is what it is. But yeah, I need to take time. And it takes a lot of energy now just to make a video for me. Especially at the quality that I prefer. I want to get back to that high quality footage that I would make, but it takes a lot to set up and then have to sit and talk. And it obviously, because my body is on go 24/7 and it doesn't know to stop, I have to be more mindful. So I'm just going to be pulling back for a little while, not for long, just for a little while, because I am mentally out of it, y'all. I'm like mentally and emotionally out of it. So I'm still going to be doing vlogs and stuff like that. Like I said, I may pop out with 2 videos a week every now and then. But for now, I just need to get myself together and focus on my health, because for some reason it's trying to go out of whack, and we need to get it together. And I don't want to be on medication for the rest of my life. I don't. But if push comes to shove and I have to do the procedure, it is what it is. And I also need to know what the side effects of removing my thyroid would be, because I know I've seen somebody, like I've done a lot of looking up of vlogs and videos on TikTok, on YouTube, and some people may say that's not good, but I know what I want to know, what the real is of people, real life women living with this, like living with hypothyroidism, living with the process of going through it, taking these medicines. Like I want to know what the real is. And so thankfully we have things like YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. People will share their real life experiences. And so yeah. So I know today I have a package coming from Crossway, so I'll be doing an unboxing on that. So I'm excited for that product to come. I think I have some Bibles from Thomas Nelson. I did not know that they sent me an email months ago. Did not know that I just responded to that email. So hopefully I do get those Bibles, because I'm excited for those. I'm hoping that I can get those Bibles. If not, it's all right. I'll catch the next round. And I do want to put you guys onto my story, because I have been enjoying writing my novel, my fantasy novel called Project Needle, which is the sort of fantasy reimagining of the story of Jael, Deborah, and Barak with Sisera. So I probably will talk about that in another video, because it is National Novel Writing Month, and I've been partaking in that. So I do need to write chapter 11 or 12 tonight. So yeah, but I didn't want to leave you guys hanging for too long trying to figure out what's going on. I just want to let you guys know what's going on, and I will have more information and do a full video once I have more information. But yeah, this is what I'm experiencing right now, and I honestly tried to make this video several times. A couple of times I've cried, a couple of times I just zoned out, a couple of times I just didn't know what to say. And so I figured, since I'm in the room by myself, hubby's gone, the kids are gone, let me try to make this video since I feel a little okay. My hair look crazy right now, but it's all right. I figured, why not make the video? So yeah, put my hair in a ponytail, and I'm gonna get back to playing on my phone, because I got accepted to beta test a new game that will be coming out probably next year, and I've been playing it. And I'm probably gonna watch some YouTube. I'll be honest, I have not studied my Bible, I have not read my Bible, I have not read a book since any of this has come to light. Is that good? No. But the reality is, right now I just don't want to. Will I? Of course. Of course I will. Obviously. Like, it's me, I'm going to. But I'm just in that stage of I don't want to right now. And you know what? It is okay. It is okay. I've still been in communication with the Lord. The Lord knows me. But I'm in the stage of, this is what it is right now. So I do want to preface this by saying, because I've had conversations with people so far, and some comments have been uncalled for. I just want to say, if you're not going to say anything life-giving, encouraging, please don't comment. Don't tell me that this is normal, because for me, it is not normal. For someone else, this may be normal, right? My normal is constantly changing, and it's aggravating for me. So for me to have now found that there is something new, and now I have a new normal because I'm now diagnosed with this hypothyroidism, is frustrating. I don't want to hear that it's normal. If you personally have an experience, I don't mind you sharing your experience, but don't tell me that it's normal, because for me, it's not normal. Yes, this happens to women. I get it, but I don't want to hear that it's normal, because it's not normal. Like, it's not. Don't tell me that it's not serious, because if you look it up, it can be serious. Your thyroid controls a good amount of your body. So yeah, I don't, sometimes people want to encourage you, but they say, I don't want to say dumb things, but they say the wrong things sometimes, which kind of frustrates you. And I've had people do that sometimes. And so just prayers, encouraging words, throw a scripture for all I care. Just throw a scripture. But just be mindful of your words, because where I am right now mentally, like don't and even when it comes to like talking about what I eat, because I literally have to change my food multiple times. Now I have to change what I eat again, because with hypothyroidism, you can't have too much iodine-based foods. And so I'm constantly changing what I eat for the sake of my health. So please, that's like the main thing people ask is like, what are you eating? What are you like? Just don't, because I don't feel like I need to give a full list of my meal plan to people. Yes, sometimes here and there I will eat out. Sometimes here and there I have coffee. I've even stopped having coffee. Like I'm drinking tea right now, turmeric ginger tea. But yeah, I just needed to say that. But I'm here. I'm well. I'm not okay, but that's okay. Let me just say that. I'm not okay, but that's okay. I'm going to be okay. I just need to pull back for a minute and just post once a week. Again, y'all might still get posts a couple of times, but just for the rest of November up until March, I need to just post once a week and then focus on my health and my family. So yeah, that's that. I'm gonna go. And if you stayed to the end of this video, post up a purple heart so that I know that you watched. I thank you for your love, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.